Thank you for being here today for our A2 forum. And again, we are recording this for your benefit. And today we're going to hear from two people on taking action with EveryAction. And one of those people is A2's own Tani Thomas, who is the Senior Communications Manager at A2 and provides our members with communications and advocacy resources. Today, she's going to be telling you about one of our most powerful tools, and that is EveryAction, a versatile platform designed to simplify and enhance your communication efforts. Joining Tani is A2 member Tamela Trussel, founder of TLC Education and Foundation and Move Past Plastic. MPP offers resources, education, and support to communities, businesses, and municipal leaders to help them understand the complexities of the single-use plastic crisis and move toward a regenerative economy. So with that, I am going to hand Tani the floor.
Thank you so much. I'm just going to see if I can share my screen. There we go. Can everyone see that?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you, Stuart, for the introductions. Today I'm going to be talking about EveryAction and just providing our new members with some information and a refresher for members who currently use it or those who maybe weren't ready to use it when they first joined. EveryAction is a very robust platform designed to simplify and streamline your communication, engagement, and advocacy efforts. There are currently 4 core features of EveryActions I always like to highlight. The first one is securing your contact information. So you can have all of your contacts in one place, in one database, and everyone gets a separate account from A2 and from other members. So you will have your own private account independent of A2. The second is sending bulk emails. So EveryAction provides customized email templates for various purposes. You have newsletter templates, events announcements, if you're asking for donations, or just personalized messages whenever you want to send an update. The third is creating forms. This is always great if you have events and you would like people to register for them, if you want to create petitions or surveys, or even contact forms. You can create any type of form, and this is always great if you want to collect data. So if you're trying to collect email addresses or contact information in any way, all of this information gets imported into EveryAction automatically. And the fourth feature is event management. So when you have either online or in-person events, you can create that within EveryAction. You can create a form for people to sign up for that event. And then on the day of the event, you can actually check people in or keep track of who attended or maybe missed going to the event and follow up with them later. The first feature I'd like to touch on a little bit is bulk emails. This is known as targeted email within EveryAction. And the first little feature within targeted email is to target your audience. EveryAction allows you to group those emails based on either a geographic location you want to send that specific email to. Maybe you've set up tags within EveryAction and you want to send an email to a specific group. Maybe they're a group of volunteers or a group that is working on a specific project. You can actually target those specific groups and send emails out to them. Or if they have engaged in a specific thing, so maybe they went to an event or they missed that event, things like that, you can target those people as well and filter them out and email them. The second is composing your content. It's very customizable the way they do bulk emails. It's very similar to MailChimp where it's a drag and drop process. You can add photos, you can add videos, YouTube videos in line with the text. If you want to upload documents, I know I work with Marcy from Clean Air for All Now, and we upload her newsletter as a document for people to download if they want to. And also creating different types of calls to action. So maybe you want a donate here button and things like that. You can add directly into your email. And the third is scheduling your sends. So this is great if you're proactive and you've set up your email and you have it ready to go, but maybe you want it to be sent out on Friday. Today is Tuesday, and so you can actually send it out on Friday. You can schedule it to go out on Friday, say 5 p.m., or maybe you want it at 8 a.m. You can schedule that. And lastly, analyzing your results and keeping track of that engagement. You can actually monitor and track who opens your emails. Maybe if an email has bounced or someone has unsubscribed, you can see that under reports. And if maybe they converted into a campaign success, so they've actually signed up for that event or they ended up donating to your campaign or something like that, you can keep track of all of that within EveryAction. It is important to note that targeted email is used for those of you who have a custom email domain. So for example, my email address is tani@anthropocenealliance.org. So you cannot use a Gmail or a Yahoo for security reasons. It just helps them avoid being sent to the junk or spam folders. And so if you need help creating a custom email domain to use this specific feature, you can reach out to me, or you can reach out to Adrian, who is our IT admin, to help you get started with that. Introduction to Advocacy tool. This has been a tool that a lot of you have requested. These are also known as sign-on letters, and it really empowers your supporters to take action. You are able to create and write pre-written messages for your supporters to then send to government officials. This is a new tool that we are getting in EveryAction soon. We're actually in the process of adding this feature, so it will be new, but it will be very helpful for you to increase your impact. And I'm going to touch a little bit on how to use it, but I can also help any of you who want to start using this in later meetings as well. So how the advocacy tool works. You have pre-written messages that, again, you can write. You can write multiple pre-written messages depending on what target you choose. And that way your supporters can have that message automatically added, but they're also able to personalize that message depending on whatever they want to write and who it's going to, so what elected officials it's going to. Then they're allowed to choose if they want it to go to a federal, state, or local official. You can do multiple officials at one time, and you can send personalized messages to each one. So you can write multiple emails to each one. And lastly, the message delivery is really easy because those emails will all get sent out at the same time. But yes, they will be individualized emails that it goes out to. So it kind of does it in a bulk process, and it's a little bit quicker and easier. Because this is a new tool, we do have some best practices to use it. We do encourage your supporters and your contacts to personalize their messages. This just avoids having their message filtered out and increases their likelihood of their message being read. We do want to add impactful pre-written messages that clearly conveys the importance of what you're trying to get across, as well as a clear call to action so your officials know what steps to take to support you. And lastly, engagement, tracking the engagement and who is using your pre-written messages, who it's getting sent out to, and if they're getting sent. Maybe there's something that you need to change or to encourage people to send out, again, those personalizations or actually get them sent. This is kind of an example of what one would look like. So in the back end, you would have this all set up already, and this is what a contact would see. So if you filled out this form already and they want to send this out to their US Senator, Tim Kaine, the first section here under details would be them filling out their contact information down below. So it would be their first and last name. If they wanted to add their address or email address, they can do so down here. And then within the message section, you could see the pre-written message, and then you can also see the personalization that they can add themselves. And if they had multiple recipients, they can do this for each one. So it's definitely very personalizable for each official that they send it to. And then they can click here to send all messages. So that's an example of what the advocacy tool will look like. And again, this will be found under forms within EveryAction. Other example of forms, also known as online actions, would be contact us forms. This is great for people to fill out your contact page under your website. You can do newsletter sign up forms as well. Petitions and surveys are also great to fill out under forms. This is all digital, so people can actually access it a little bit easier, and you don't have to build it out in a different platform. Event registration is also great as well. This will be online, so you don't have to have everyone write down on a sheet of paper that they're attending the event. You can keep track of it all digitally. And how do we share these forms? How do we get more engagement with these forms? We want to collect their data. We want their email addresses. We want their location sometimes, definitely first and last name. So embedding your forms in your website, if you have a website already, is a great way to automatically download the information into EveryAction. So you don't have to download it and re-import it into EveryAction. It's all kind of seamless. It happens automatically. Another way is shareable links. When you publish a form on EveryAction, it provides you a web link, a URL that you can share out anywhere. So you can share that link through emails, you can share it out through social media, you can share it out if you're printing something and you want to have that link on that printed flyer, however you'd like to share it, even text messaging or WhatsApp, things like that. And QR codes. I know some of you use QR codes, and I can create one for you, or if you know how to create one, QR codes are a great way for people to access these forms through their smartphone. They would just scan the QR code, and either the petition or the survey or sign-on letter will automatically pop up for them to fill out really quickly. This is another great way to add it on a flyer or any type of printed material, because it's really quick for them to just scan on a smartphone versus typing in a link. And so I'd like to take a moment now to have you guys test out our survey. I'm going to copy and paste this link in the chat, and this is an example survey that I would love for you all to hopefully fill out and get some experience in using EveryAction. Let me copy this link. And I'll give you a few minutes to fill this out, and then I would love to pass it on to Tamela to talk about how she uses EveryAction and how it might be beneficial to some of our other members. So I'll just give you a few minutes to fill that out.
I'll be sure to queue up musical intermissions in the future.
Okay, if everyone is either finished or close to finishing, Tamela, if you want to take it away.
Yeah, sure. So, first off, you will have the most amazing, incredible support with using every action in any capacity with Tani. She's readily available, responsive, so good at what she does and able to walk you through, and incredibly patient. She's absolutely amazing and such a blessing to have her support us. Move Past Plastic uses every action regularly for events. We host a monthly event called Conversations on Single-Use Plastic. So we use it for those events, meetings. Those are the two big components of using every action. But just to send out emails like after the event to send the resources and toolkits, so we use it for emails constantly as well. I'm really excited to be able to use the new platform for doing the sign-ons and petitions and things, because those are geared a little more toward like getting civic action engagement and systemic changes, which are important to be able to do. Right now, I think I use another program, and it's very difficult. It's not intuitive. So I'm really, looking forward to that. Tani mentioned how you're able in every action to pick like who you want to send things to. So I'm a real big person on getting groups of categories of people that I want. So like I might want to send it to governing leaders, for example, or watershed groups, people just in South Central PA versus Pennsylvania versus nationally. So there's a lot of different ways that you can tag and use oh, I'm all of a sudden forgetting the name of the other code. Tani, help me out.
Activist codes.
Yeah, activist codes. And so Tani can help you, do that. Maybe you could run a brainstorming session of the different categories of, people that you typically work with and kind of like have those thoughts. And Tani would be able to set you up with best of how to use the different types of codes and tags to effectively manage that. The other thing that's neat is when, I am getting ready for an event, it's nice to be able to just go and look and see who all has signed up for your event quickly, and I can download it in an email, and then I can save that email and be able to go, okay, here's how many registrants I had. And it helps you to be able to track your advocacy work and quantify things. And that could be helpful and useful for getting grants and things like that. And so that's, comes in handy. And it saves everything. So if you forget to do something and you retroactively need to go back and look at something, and then you could even like cross-reference to go, okay, do I have the same people coming to my events? Are they coming more than once? And then that can help okay, well, maybe since this person comes to more of my events, then maybe I can personally outreach to them to become more actively engaged. So I enjoy it very much.
Thank you, Tamela.